Hey guys, welcome back to another Stress Less Challenge. And I don't know how you guys feel, but I know in my life, when things are going hard, when I am dealing with trials and burdens and I'm feeling stressed in my life, it's because I'm focused on me and what's going on in my life. And I can become very selfish and very, very self centered when I'm thinking about me, woe is me, pity party, and all of my problems and trials. That's just kind of the zone that I go into when I'm focusing on things that are going wrong in my life or that are hard in my life or that I'm frustrated with when I'm talking about like my circumstances. It's all about me, right? And I had this really interesting experience. So a couple of months ago, I woke up, I'd done some personal development, I'd said my morning prayer, and I just got this really strong prompting that I needed to make these little, I don't even know what to call them, little gift packets. And basically, the idea was that they were kind of emergency packets for people that were maybe they were homeless or maybe they were in a women's shelter. And basically, what it had was it just had some doTERRA products that I had on hand. So it had things like a bar of soap, a toothbrush, a washcloth, some shampoo, some toothpaste, just some little different oils that were, cheerful and happy. And I just felt like I should create these little packets. And so I did. It took me a couple hundred dollars, and I made about 10 of them. Put them together, very, very nice packets that you could give to somebody that was homeless or in a women's shelter or that type of a thing. And so I got them all put together, and I was really, really excited because I had felt like this was a prompting from God, something that I was supposed to do. And then I was like, okay, now I have these, and what do I do with them? And so I started to pray about, Heavenly Father, help me to know who to give these to. Help me to know what school to take them, church to take them to, shelter to take them to. Help me to find a home for these. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and no inspiration came. And the next day I did the same thing, and the next day, and the next day. You guys, this went on literally, let's see. I'll just tell you. So I got the inspiration in like July, and then August went by, September went by. We moved. I had to pack those stupid things. We moved with them, and I was like, these stupid things, and I would pray about it again. Heavenly Father, help me to know who to take these to. Nothing, no inspiration would come. Finally, one day, just literally, they had collected dust and everything. They were sitting there, and every time I see them, I would feel guilt, and I would pray, and Heavenly Father would just say, not yet. I'll tell you when it's time. I'll tell you where they're supposed to go to. And one day, as I was getting ready to jump on and do my doTERRA business and get all of my stuff done for the day, I was saying my morning prayer, and like the thought just hit me like right then. Today is the today. Like now is the time. We need to get rid of these today. And I'm like, okay, today's the day. And I boxed them all up and I got them ready, and I was like, okay, I don't know where I'm taking them, but I know today's the day. And right then, a friend texted me, and she was just asking how my day was, and I felt prompted to ask her, and she was able to tell me about a church and some schools and some charities that needed these, and I was like, okay. And it just so happened that they were only going to be open for an hour, and I had to jump in the car, and I had to go right then and there and deliver these little cute gift things that I had made. So I jump in my car, and I'm cruising up. I live about 10 minutes from the church that she had told me about. I'm cruising up there, driving, and as I'm driving, I'm praying, and I'm like, God, and I'm like, literally, it just became very emotional to me. I was like, help these packets to go to the people that need them, the people that will help, the people that will bless. Like, I want them to go to a good cause. Please help me to find someone, the right people, to be able to receive these packets. And as I'm saying that, please help me to find the right people to be able to take these packets. I pull up to a stop sign, and I'm looking for cars, and on the left side of the road, there was someone that was walking up the road. There was a girl, and she had a bag, and she was walking up the road like she was hitchhiking. She was looking for a ride, and I was like, whoa. And it was like, God was like, that is the person. And so I like slammed on my brakes, totally did a crazy turn, and got off to the side of the road. And I was like, okay, she's the one. Like, God is telling me she's the one. I just felt the strongest, most prompting, like, this is the person that you need to help. And so I kind of waved her down. I like yelled at her. She had kind of walked farther, and I yelled at her. I was like, hey, come over, come here, come talk to me. And I'm not scary, right? Like, I didn't think I was scary looking. And I said, hey, are you okay? Are you in trouble? Do you need help? And she said, yeah. She said, actually, I'm trying to get up to this gas station. It was about 5 miles up the road. And she said, I'm supposed to meet someone there that's going to give me a ride to drug rehab. She had been in and out of drug rehab and things like that. And I'm like, yeah, hop in. I didn't even think about it, you guys. Like, my parents taught me, do not pick up hitchhikers. That's like the most dangerous thing you can do. Never, ever in my life have I ever picked up a hitchhiker or ever been prompted or tempted or even thought, oh, hey, I should give this person a ride. But in that moment, I just knew that I was supposed to help this girl. So I invited her to get in my car. She was dressed really, really nice. You could tell that she had come from privilege. She had money at one point in her life. And as we drive, literally for just like 5 minutes, she tells me her story. And she has a child, and her child's been taken away from her, and her parents are helping to raise this child. And all of these things are going on because of drugs. She had been addicted to drugs. She'd been in and out of rehab, and she was trying now to get into a 6-month program so that she could become completely rehabilitated and live a good, healthy, normal life. And I said, well, I don't know what your situation is. I just know that I was driving, and I just received this prompting that I was supposed to stop and to talk to you and to give you this packet. And I was able to give her one of those packets that I'd put together, and then drop her off, send her on her way, make sure that she connected to the ride that she needed to connect to. And then I left her there, and I turned and I drove and I delivered the rest of the packets to the church and the school and the places that I had planned on. But it was one of those things where I suddenly realized that for whatever reason in that moment, I was open enough to be inspired to help somebody who needed it. Had I waited 10 more minutes, had I not listened to the prompting, I would have missed that woman completely. And I don't know what good my packet did, you guys. I don't know her story. I haven't talked to her since then. I don't know if I did any good or not, but I know that God prepared me months in advance, right? Those stupid packets sat on my shelf, I swear, and I moved and everything for months because God needed me to be in the right time, at the right place, in the right moment to be able to bless her. When we are focused on ourselves and our trials and our problems, they seem ginormous. But the second that we look outside of ourselves to serve someone else, our problems become so little because we can always find someone who's going through a harder time than us. We can always find someone more sick. We can always find someone in worse financial situation. We can always find someone with more stress or more burdens or more weight to carry than we have. And sometimes we get in this picked on moment of woe is me and all that I have to deal with. And we forget that there's people around us that are carrying things that are even way heavier than the things that we're carrying. And it's hard because the things that we're carrying are heavy and they're hard. And sometimes we can't see past that to notice that there's other people around us that are stressed and struggling. You guys, the challenge today is to get outside yourself and your problems just for a few minutes, just for 10 minutes, and find someone that you can serve and you can bless. Now, I don't care if you go donate a little bit of time to a homeless shelter. I don't care if you donate money and just give money to somebody, to a charity that you care about. I don't care if you help your little old neighbor lady or take cookies to the person across the street or shovel their sidewalk or whatever it is. I don't care. But my challenge for you today is to go serve. And I promise you, cross my heart, hope to die, if you will find someone to serve and actually serve them with your heart, mind, and strength, and with a ton of charitable love towards that person, you'll be able to handle your trials, your troubles, your stresses, and the things that you are going through. When you serve and help and bless others, somehow everything is taken care of for us. It doesn't mean it goes away, but for some reason, serving others, it's like serving God. And for some reason, we get blessed for that. When we serve and we help others, then people show up in our lives. Karma is a real thing, I believe. When we serve and help others, other people show up to serve and to help us, and we can get through those hard things. Your challenge today, go serve. Find someone who's going through a hard time, maybe a harder time than you, and serve. And bonus points if you pray and actually listen to the promptings and the guidance that you get, because I promise God will direct you to the person that needs your help today. Go do it. Bye, guys.